Let's talk about tolerance. Okay, here specifically we're talking about the benzodiazepines. Okay, these, remember, are our tranquilizers. Starting to sound like a Tweety Bird. Our tranquilizers and anxiolytics. Remember, we've talked at great length about lipid solubility. So most of these have a long duration of action already because of their lipid solubility. And this long duration of action is about 3 to 4 times longer in neonates and in elderly. So there could be implications if you have a pregnant woman who is taking these medications and is breastfeeding, or you remember, the very young, their enzyme systems are not fully developed, and in the old you could have poor circulation or liver issues in terms of being able to produce sufficient enzymes, etc. So what we're going to talk about here is tolerance to a few of the specific effects that are associated with the benzodiazepines. Remember, from chapter 3, we talk about tolerance develops to the effects of a drug, not to the drug itself. And so here, when we're talking about tolerance developing at different rates, we're talking about the rate of tolerance differing in how it develops relative to specific effects. Okay, so tolerance develops slowly to the anxiolytic effects that are associated with benzodiazepines. So you could have a person that's on these for quite some time, and those drugs will, for an extended period of time, maintain their effectiveness as anxiolytics. Okay? Now, I'm not sure if I mentioned before, the word anxiolytic means to lift anxiety. So if you heard the term anxiogenic, that means to produce or increase anxiety. The anxiolytic, to lift anxiety. Okay, so tolerance develops slowly to the anxiolytic effects that are associated with benzodiazepines. Tolerance develops quickly to the anticonvulsant effects that are associated with benzodiazepine drugs. And so this is also a reason why they would not be very effective long-term use with, long-term use for people who are suffering from chronic convulsions, seizures, etc. Okay? And tolerance does not develop at all to euphoric effects. Okay, remember, people who have an alcohol history are more likely to report the euphoria, but in those that do have that history, tolerance generally does not develop to the euphoric effects. So again, tolerance develops slowly to the anxiolytic effects that are associated with benzodiazepine. Tolerance develops quickly to the anticonvulsant effects that are associated with benzodiazepine drugs, and tolerance does not develop at all to the euphoric effects. Okay, so here we're going to talk a little bit about withdrawal from the benzodiazepines. Okay, and withdrawal from the benzodiazepines is generally less intense than withdrawal from the sedative-hypnotics. And part of this is related to the very long half-life of these drugs. These drugs are very lipid soluble, and so the half-lives are generally very long. So remember, if it has a very long half-life, the drug stays in the system longer. Therefore, you don't have a sudden absence of the drug. So you don't have a sudden functional disturbance that's caused. Okay, so just keep that in the back of your mind. Okay, the other important things to consider is that if an individual is taking the drug in the amount that it was prescribed and for the time period for which it was prescribed, then physical dependence generally does not become an issue. Okay, and so withdrawal symptoms generally should not be an issue. The only time that you're going to get noticeable withdrawal symptoms, or very, very noticeable withdrawal symptoms, I should say, is when the individual has been taking more than what was prescribed and for longer than it was prescribed. Okay, so under ordinary circumstances, if the individual is taking the drug in the manner which it was prescribed, then physical dependence and withdrawal symptoms should not be an issue. But marked or noticeable withdrawal symptoms are going to appear when the individual has been taking the drug for longer than prescribed and taking much more than what was prescribed. Okay? These are some of the types of tolerance that are associated with these drugs. Acute tolerance, so with the benzodiazepines in particular, you could have difference in the effects that you experience when the blood levels of the drug are rising versus when the blood levels of the drug are falling. For these drugs, cross tolerance is also a considerable issue. Remember, with cross tolerance, we're saying if an individual develops tolerance to the effects associated with one drug, then they will also develop, or more likely to develop, tolerance to the same effects associated with the closely related drug. Okay, so that means that you're going to need larger doses to get a sedative hypnotic effect if we're talking about the barbiturates here. Okay, and then of course metabolic tolerance is associated with these drugs when individuals are taking large amounts for extended periods of time because of increased production of enzymes, enzyme induction. Okay, so the individual's bodies are able to metabolize or break down those drugs faster, which means that they're going to require more to get the desired effects. Okay. This is just bringing up some of the issues that are related to these drugs being used to treat sleep disorders and sleep problems. Okay. One issue that doesn't have to do with sleep, but just the use of these drugs in general, is that they have synergistic effects with alcohol and other central nervous system depressants. Okay, remember we mentioned, I think in part 3 of the lecture, that with alcohol the effects are synergistic. So you've got alcohol, high doses, is a sedative hypnotic, a central nervous system depressant. And then if you're taking this with one of these sleep aids, then that's another central nervous system depressant. And so when we talk about synergistic effects, these effects add up to be much more than what was expected. And so that puts the individual at a significant risk for overdose. Okay? Use of these sleep aids in the elderly can be problematic. Oftentimes, elderly are misdiagnosed with dementia and other memory-related issues, which are actually due to the use of these sleep aids and not due to natural aging. Okay, and so you have to be very careful to determine what problems are associated with getting older versus the problems that may be associated with the use of these sleep aids. Okay. And I think I mentioned probably at the top of the chapter in lecture 1 that these drugs, are essentially bandages, okay? That there usually are underlying psychological or medical issues that are keeping the individual from sleeping, okay? And so when you keep administering these medications, then you're not dealing with the underlying issues, okay? But we shouldn't discount how sometimes it's very difficult to identify what the underlying psychological or medical issues. For some individuals, a trauma event is very obvious why they're having problems sleeping, but sometimes with medical origins, it's very difficult to pinpoint what's causing the insomnia. Now, finally, we'll talk a little bit about patterns of use. Iatrogenic. This is where individuals start using the medication usually through a legitimate prescription, that they have visited a doctor and they actually have a prescription for these drugs. Okay? But as the individual becomes dependent on those drugs, sometimes what we see is that individuals will tailor their symptoms so that the doctor will give them a prescription. And so oftentimes what starts out as a legitimate use with the prescription can turn into what we call doctor shopping, or some people call it doctor hopping. Because sometimes the physician will determine that, well, while you're using these much too quickly, your prescription should last it longer, and then maybe the doctor will not prescribe anymore. Sometimes individuals will then change doctors. Okay, now with a lot of the medical records and insurance records going electronic, It's not easy for individuals to do that. In the past, when things were not available or records were not quickly accessible over the internet, then it was quite easy to go from doctor to doctor. The way that individuals are able to do this now is are individuals who are not using their insurance and who are able to afford to pay for these doctor visits out of pocket. And so sometimes, unfortunately, when you see folks like Michael Jackson or Anna Nicole Smith and other people who are able to afford their private doctors who can essentially give them the medications that they want. Okay, and so actually, I didn't talk about it in this chapter, but propofol, which is a very, very powerful anesthetic that should never, ever, 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 but I say never, be used to aid in sleep. It actually should not even be available to individuals. It just falls into this class of deceptive hypnotics, and that's what caused the death of Michael Jackson. But I digress. So the iatrogenic, this starts out with a legitimate prescription use. Sometimes the people will then doctor shop, doctor hop, going from doctor to doctor to get, when they can no longer get a legitimate prescription from one doctor, then they switch doctors, okay? And that pattern of behavior may continue until maybe they run out of monetary resources to support the habit, okay? And then often what happens after that is that you will see that turns into street use. So when the individual can no longer get these medications through their physicians, they may try to buy these drugs out on the street, okay? And the way that they usually end up on the street is that maybe someone had some of these and, they don't use the entire prescription, but this is not the drug of choice, and so those end up being sold in exchange for money or in exchange for their drug of choice. So one individual may have some sleep aids, that they did not use, but their drug of choice may be painkillers, and so there may be, these types of exchanges going on there. Okay. So that's it for this chapter. You'll notice that I didn't talk about the acute or the chronic withdrawal. Of course, when an individual withdraws from the benzodiazepines, barbiturates, you're going to have anxiety and those symptoms reappear, problems sleeping, etc., etc. Okay? But just remember that in this chapter, the major themes are going to be centered on lipid solubility, because these drugs are very lipid soluble, and inhibition, because they inhibit the central nervous system. They hyperpolarize membranes to produce the